I'm Juliana, an immigration lawyer specialized in Spanish visas, and I'm about to do something that will make other lawyers furious. I'm giving you the top 7 hidden digital nomad visa requirements that most attorneys charge hundreds of dollars to reveal. Why am I doing this for free? Because I believe everyone should have access to this critical information, not just those who can afford it. But here's what you need to know. You need to stay until the very end of this video. The 7 hidden requirements is the most critical one, and it's the primary reason the UGE sends rejection letters. I'm saving it for last because it's the most important. Right now, thousands of people are investigating the Spain's digital nomad visa requirements. They found the government website. They check all of the boxes. Bank statements, check. Criminal records, check. Work contract, check. They submit their application feeling confident, and 20 days after, they receive a letter asking for additional documents they never heard of, or even worse, a flat-out rejection. Here's the problem. The government website is incomplete. Yes, it numbers the basic requirements, but it doesn't mention how the documents should be presented or how the UGE officers likes receiving those documents, and that is where everything fails. Let's start with hidden requirement number 1, income verification. This catches a lot of freelancers and contractors off guard. If you're a freelancer or a contractor, your contract probably outlines your services and maybe your hourly rate. Here's what the UGE exactly looks for. Clear, verifiable proof that you make at least the minimum financial amount. As October 2025, it is €2,763 for one applicant. Now, here's the good news. If your contract states an hourly rate and you can prove that you meet the financial requirements with your bank statements, the UGE will accept this. However, if your contract doesn't mention anything about your hourly rate or doesn't indicate how much income you're expected to receive per month, you should ask your employer or your company client to write an explanation letter indicating how much income you are expecting to receive. Hidden requirement number 2, Social Security clarification. This is the most confusing requirement for freelancers or employees. If you're an employee, whether you are a W-2 in the US or in a similar situation, if you are from another country, you have 2 options. Option 1, certificate of coverage. This means that your country has a bilateral agreement with Spain and you can obtain this certificate. This certificate indicates that you will continue paying Social Security and contributions in your home country. For example, for UK employees, they can apply for A1 certificate. And for W-2 employees in the US, they can obtain the certificate of coverage. Option number 2, Spanish Social Security. If your country doesn't have a bilateral agreement with Spain and you want to continue being an employee, your employer needs to open a branch in Spain and commits to pay a Spanish Social Security contribution. This is super rare. Most companies won't do it. If you are an employee and you cannot obtain the certificate of coverage, or your employee will not pay you Spain's Social Security, you only have one option. Change your type of role to a contractor role, which means a new contract and a different payment structure. If you are a freelancer or contractor, the process is simpler, but has critical consequences if you don't follow through. You must submit a signed declaration to commit to become autonomous, self-employed in Spain once the visa is approved. And here's the part that nobody tells you. If you fail to register as autonomous, let's say 4-5 months after your approval, the UGE can revoke your visa. This isn't a minor administrative issue. This can end your Spanish residency. I know what you're thinking right now. You're looking at all these hidden requirements and you are realizing this is incredibly complex. And we are only at requirement number 2. Here's the truth. You don't need to navigate this alone. That's why I've created a complete free resource for people watching this video. Go to yourspanishvisa.com and here's what happens. Step 1. You complete my free eligibility check. You answer questions about your work, income, and professional experience. Step 2. If you are eligible, you get access to a personalized dashboard with a dynamic roadmap customized to your specific case, plus a free personal consultation with me. In that meeting, I'm going to review your situation and tell you exactly which documents do you need and how to prepare them. This isn't a generic consultation. This is me personally looking at your application and talking with you, completely free if you are eligible. I do this because I believe in democratizing legal information, and that's why I'm making this video today. Now let's continue with hidden requirement number 3. And remember, we're building into the most critical ones, so stay tuned. Requirement number 3, currency conversion. Here's a hidden requirement that catches most applicants by surprise, and it applies directly to the income verification we just covered. If your income is stated in a bank statement with a currency different than euros, US dollars, or pounds, the UGE may not accept your application or your bank statements as it is. This affects applicants from Canada, Australia, Singapore, and dozens of other countries. Let's say you're earning 90,000 Canadian dollars or 100,000 Australian dollars, more than the minimum required. But the UGE officers don't know all the exchange rates converted to euros, and they won't look it up for you. Here's my professional solution. Attach to your application a screenshot from a reputable website like Wise showing: number 1, the income you receive in your currency; number 2, the amount in euros after conversion; number 3, the date when you did the conversion, just in case. This simple screenshot removes all ambiguity, and I recommend putting it in before the bank statement documents. It takes you 30 seconds to create, and it can save your entire application. And if you have questions with your situation regarding currency or any other requirement, drop a comment below. I read all comments and I'm going to answer them. This is what this channel is for: real guidance, not generic information. Hidden requirement number 4, verifiable professional experience. Spain wants to attract qualified professionals that contribute to the economy in this country, not just any freelancer with a computer and Wi-Fi. The basic requirement indicates you need to submit your university degree related to the work you do now, or more than 3 years of experience in the field. Now, here's what most websites won't tell you. If you have the choice between submitting your university degree or your experience documentation, always choose the university degree. Why? Because it's easier to verify. It has instant credibility. It indicates the year, your name, your degree, and the university. If you don't have a university degree, you need to show your experience. And let me tell you, a CV is not enough. It used to be that a basic recommendation letter from a previous employer or client would work. But the UGE realized they couldn't verify if they were real or if just someone typed that information in a Word file. So now they want official government verifiable documentation. Here's the gold standard. Step 1, recommendation letter. Ask your previous employers or previous company clients to write this letter. They must indicate the company name and the logo, your name, the period you worked with them, and the responsibilities that you did. Of course, they need to sign that letter. Step 2, official verifiable documents. This is the key. You need to supplement those letters with government-issued apostille documentation. For example, tax documents like 1099 or W-2 if you are from the US, or indicates the field you worked these last 3 years. If you cannot obtain these recommendation letters because you don't want to bother or you don't want to get in touch with previous clients, you can add your previous contracts. Although this is not 100% acceptable since it's subject to the UGE officer criteria. The key takeaway: start this process immediately. Starting now means that you will have more than enough time to collect all of these documents, because some of them are difficult or time-consuming to obtain. Hidden requirement number 5, strong translations. This may seem like an administrative detail, but it causes automatic rejections. Here's the rule: you cannot use AI translations, Google Translate, or any other tool of your preference. You need to translate the documents using a traductor jurado, a sworn translator from Spain, registered in the Spanish Ministry of Foreign Affairs. These translators have legal authorization to translate documents in Spanish, criminal records with apostille, university degree with apostille, certificate of companies with apostille, work contract, family documents like marriage certificate or birth certificate with apostille, among others. Now, here's the problem. Wrong translations are expensive. Depending on the document, you're looking from 30 to 150 euros per document, and most applicants need 4 to 8 documents translated. But here's something I've done for my clients. I've personally contacted and negotiated professional pricing with traductores jurados. My goal is to reduce client expenses at the minimum without compromising quality. If you work with me through your Spanish visa, you will get access to these pre-negotiated rates. And here's a pro tip. If you have English bank statements, you don't need to translate them to Spanish. This means that you can use your English bank statements without needing to translate into Spanish. However, if you have different bank statements in another language, you need to translate them into Spanish by a traductor jurado. We're almost there. 2 more hidden requirements. And remember that the last one is the most important one. So stay tuned. Hidden requirement number 6, correct apostille and legalization. This is highly technical, but absolutely critical. The UGE strongly dislikes notarized documents. Let me explain what this means in practice. Let's say you have an FBI criminal record from the United States and the document has a signature on it. Some people would think, okay, I will notarize it by a local notary and then get an apostille. Wrong. The UGE wants the apostille to certify the official signature from the issued document, not from a local notary signature. This means that you need document and apostille, nothing in between. And here's the critical rule. The apostille should come from the same country the document was issued. Send your document directly to the apostille provider. For FBI background checks, US Department Service. For state document, state apostille. For, let's say, UK documents, UK apostille. The only exception is that if your country legally requires to notarize document before it gets apostille, you should find this information through the website or maybe through an email, and you should add this information in Spanish along with the document, the notarization, and the apostille, all together in one file. But what if your country is not part from the Hague Convention? Then you need to do a double legalization. Step 1, you need to legalize your document from the country's Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Step 2, you need to get it authenticated by the Spanish embassy or consulate from the same country that issued the document. This double legalization replaces the apostille for the countries that aren't part of the Hague Convention. We can name the United Arab Emirates, Nigeria, and several Middle East countries. Now, we've reached the moment you've been waiting for. The next hidden requirement, number 7, is the most important one. Complete bank statements clarity. This is it. After years of submitting applications into the UGE portal, and it's responsible for more rejections than anything else we've covered. The UGE wants that your bank statements not only show deposits, but a complete, clear picture of your financial stability. Here's what most people miss. Problem number 1. Incomplete transactions descriptions. Your deposits say wire transfer, deposit, PayPal, or Stripe, with no indication of the company who paid you. Problem number 2. Mix personal and business information. Your bank statements indicate your monthly income, but you also have different transactions, different deposits, or everyday expenses, and the UGE officers cannot see clearly the income. Remember, the UGE officers only spend from 10 to 15 minutes to evaluate your financial stability. If they can't immediately identify your name in the bank statement, the company name, the date, and the amount that should meet the minimum requirement, they will reject your application or send a requirement letter. Here's the complete solution. Number 1, highlighting qualifying income. It only takes you 30 seconds and you can do it with any computer tool. You just need to highlight the company name, the date, and the amount you received. This needs to be done in each month of your bank statements. We mentioned that if your deposit says wire transfer or PayPal, this is not enough. You should add another proof, another receipt to link your income and the company. Number 3, create a cover letter. Add an explanation letter that you could add before the bank statement. In that letter, you can explain anything you want. How much income you receive per month, inconsistent amount that you need to explain, or anything else you think is relevant. Number 4, include supporting documentation. Each deposit should have a corresponding invoice, paycheck, or payment receipt. Number 5, show consistency. If your income varies, explain this in the letter. This level of clarity is what separates approved application from rejected ones. Screenshot this description. I've included timestamps. Start gathering documents today. Go to yourspanishvisa.com, complete the 1-minute eligibility check, and earn a free consultation with me. Share this to anyone applying for Spain's Digital Nomad Visa.